everyone, welcome to Joy's channel. My name is Crystal. I've been here on the previous topic. We were talking about unpopular opinions. I hope you liked the video and
you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about timekeeping today. Please do not forget to like, comment and share. And also,
do not forget to hit that red subscribe
button. So yeah, I would like to do that. So let's get into it. Right, what is timekeeping to you?
To me, timekeeping, like the word says, means to keep to time, like to come early for an event or for an occasion, or to work or to church and all of that.
Yeah, so that's what it means actually. Showing up at the expected time. So at what time do you arrive for an event? What is the appropriate time to show up for an event?
Okay, for me, I think to an extent it depends on what type of event it is. If it's work or it's church, I try as much as possible to be early, like early.
What time is early for you?
Either before the service starts or before work starts.
Okay.
Like before the actual time for work or the time for church. Let's say church time is 7 a.m. I try to be there maybe like any time between 6:30 and 7, just so that I can at least enter. You get, I'm not the kind of person that will come 1 hour or 2 hours before time. And
that's too early. And also there is also this opinion that when you show up too early to an event, it means you have nothing important doing. So you just have to strike a balance. Like for social gatherings, you have to be there like 5 minutes so you could just familiarize yourself with the environment. And then if it's for a work meeting, it's also equally good that you show up like 10 minutes to the time, just so that you could say your pleasantries to your colleagues
and settle
down for the meeting.
And then if it's a Zoom meeting, you have to make sure that you get connected, and then the person even gets to see that okay, you're waiting to talk to them, so that they don't come and wonder is that this person is not serious.
Especially in these times of physical and social distancing.
Yes, where a lot of people, nowadays sometimes some people do job interviews on Zoom and all of that. So imagine if the person is ready by maybe 10 or say 10 o'clock, and then you are coming in by 10:15 on Zoom, and then they will be like, okay, is it that you didn't know that we had to come for this interview? And it's not it's a physical interview where you have to go there. It's something that is just in front of you. Yeah, you can even do on your phone. You can do Zoom on your phone. So yeah, timekeeping is actually very important.
Yeah, and you know what they say, punctuality is the soul of business. So if you're going to be at a meeting, show up on time and do not be tardy. Do you have any other names instead of just saying timekeeping, being early? What other names?
Punctual.
Yeah. Being prompt.
Yes.
Prompt. Yeah. Okay, so there's also what we call the African time. Is there a thing as African time, or is just
it's just like a name that was generated for Africans, for let me say lateness in particular. A number of people know how to be late, and then sometimes it may be for no reason whatsoever, they just want to be late. And then they say African time because sometimes not just the people coming that may be late, but even the hosts themselves, they're supposed to start a program by 10, they may not start until 12 or 1. So that's the African thing. They just call it African timing. You never hear American timing or Britain timing or Canadian timing because Africans are just this kind of people that just like I beg whatever works.
They're so relaxed, keeping to time.
Yes, exactly. But sometimes it may not even be the fault of the host, because imagine if you told decorator to come and decorate, and then 5 minutes to the time she's just in between or just about to finish. I mean, you are not going to be able to let your guests in at that point in time, or somebody DJ or MC is supposed to come, the person has not yet come, so this show cannot start yet. It may be kind of embarrassing, but sometimes these things happen that affect the host, that to prevent them from starting as and when they're supposed to start. Like for example, you are looking for a cake vendor on a wedding and she's coming 30 minutes after the event has already started. And do you now want to bring in the cake while the guests are already seated? Like, are you joking right now? Do you get? So
I feel African timing is an excuse for being late. I was actually going through some research and I never knew that There's actually a definition for African time.
Really?
Yeah, it has to do with African and Caribbean time to events and them keeping to appointments.
Okay.
They see it, they take their leisure, they take time keeping leisurely and so relaxed, and it can be described as being tardy. That's tardiness to keeping time compared to the Western world
Where things are done on time. You say you want to see somebody by 10, you must be there at 10.
Yeah.
If not, if the person goes elsewhere,
You
sorry.
lose the business.
Yeah, so you lose whether a job you came for or
Yeah.
whatever it
Or
was.
even, and you know, sometimes it could be very embarrassing. I think my friend has even told me a story of an event. They said 10 is 10, and she was like, oh, isn't that Nigerian something? Anytime I'll show up, and then she got there by 12. That was when they were closing.
Wow.
It was really embarrassing. Like, you're just showing up,
It would be better if you didn't even come.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes, it's not sometimes, all the time, we have to try to be prompt to events, or whenever we set time or make an appointment, we try to be there on time.
Like for weddings now, many people don't go for weddings early because they feel I'm there. I'm not the one saying the opening prayer. It's not my sister or my brother that is getting married. Why do I have to be there?
Yeah.
You know, at the beginning and all of that. It may just be a friend or something. They just feel like, let me just show face, let me just, so they may not really seek time in that because to them it's not like completely important. I feel that a number of people actually stick to time if they feel that it's very important. For example, if you're going to go and see maybe a minister or a senator or the president or something, I don't think you would actually be behind schedule.
Yeah.
If you're going for a job interview, I don't think you would actually be behind schedule. And most importantly, if you are going for to the airport for a flight, not just a national flight but an international flight, if you miss your flight,
yeah, don't fall. That's the end of it.
Anyway, so a number of times people know when to, some people know how to draw the line between, this thing is not so important, even if I don't go early, it doesn't really matter. Then you can draw the line between that and, this thing is absolutely important. I cannot miss my flight to Abuja, or I cannot miss my flight to Europe or US and all of that.
Yeah.
So people actually sometimes know where to draw the line. So that African time usually applies for things people don't particularly consider so important, you get, and they feel that I can easily just run late, it doesn't really matter.
And this timing thing also, it differs from culture to culture. Now in Africa, where time is regarded as, let's just take our time, when we get there, we get there.
Exactly.
Like is it life of the party? So if I don't come, the party,
we can even come at the end of the party and we still have fun and stuff like that.
So and then some people also believe that you come by 4 p.m. for an event that's like 10 a.m. and you let's come by 4. That's when the party day starts. So don't be that. Don't be prompt to your work. Be prompt to your meetings. Keep punctuality. Really is the soul of business. And I think in 2007, this Ivory Coast, they actually had a punctuality award to reward staff
that have been coming early.
It's not just government workers now, but are cut across private sectors and the government sector to reward staff who had actually been punctual. And the winner went home with $60,000. They said he's so punctual that his colleagues even call him white man time.
Interesting.
So, yes. And then the slogan for that award was African time is killing Africa. And there's another Ghanaian writer who said that wrote about African timing really being the reason for the underdevelopment of the continent, because now lateness can be explained and taken as African time. So if we want to move forward, we want to move ahead in life, even in your business, in your social life, just be known as someone who keeps the time.
Yes, actually.
Generally, I think it's okay for you to, if you're not the host, it's okay for you to show up 5 minutes early. It will give you time to familiarize yourself with the environment. If you're the host, please be there at least 15 minutes to the time. And what about inviting
like, for example,
people?
there are sometimes it may not be something within their control, but there are sometimes you may go for weddings, and there was a time I went for a wedding and I got there before the bride So yeah, I got there before the bride. And normally I go to Catholic church ordinarily, so it was only in a Catholic church. What happened is that normally the bride is to come in, the groom goes in, then the bride comes in. I think the groom was around. I came in before the bride, but I didn't even know she was not around. But then I came and I only saw, like, from the back, I was seeing only the groom seated in front and his groomsmen. I was wondering, where is the bride and all of that. I didn't know that she wasn't around. And then for Catholic church, they don't wait for partners to come. Once one person has come, they will start, unless the other person is not going to show up for the rest of the day. That's the only way their wedding will be concluded. But they don't want to waste time. It's not that if the person comes after 30 minutes, that's when you will now start the mass, the holy matrimony. They said they want to start at 11. They start at exactly 11. If you now come by 11:30, as you are just coming, they just join the people as husband and wife, and they finish. You did not hear the sermon, you didn't hear the homily, you did not hear the readings, nothing. They just come and they just join the people.
I've also had similar experience. So January 2020, before we never knew that there would be global lockdown. We went for my cousin's wedding in the village. The wedding was supposed to start by 10. My sister and I, we were keeping to time, and we were there 10 minutes to the time. The entire church was empty. Wow. But you can see the reverend, they are all around. Yeah, but the couple to be joined together, where are they? Okay, my cousin, who is the groom, he came in around 10:30.
Wow, that's interesting.
When he showed up, the reverend was like, we were already late, let's just start the show. Where's the bride? Oh, they started making calls. Where are you? And do you know the funny thing? The hotel they lodged in is like 10 minutes away from the church. So why is she not there? Of course, makeup, hair, all that. Do you know when this bride came in? The sermon was going on. She just walked in with her gown. Like,
that is exactly how we walked that day.
She just walked in. So there was no dun 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 dun. She showed up by 15 minutes past 11, and you could see she was sweating. So why go through that stress? Why didn't your makeup artist start early, and why didn't your hairdresser start early? On her own big day, she showed up late and she was in a hurry. So being late
sometimes can have serious consequences.
Yeah, it has
like in this one, you know what? The reason why we even started waiting for the bride at the church was that it was time to join them together.
And she was not there.
She was not there. They decided, they did the readings. The Reverend Father even did the homily. That's what people call sermon. And it was trying, let the couple come forward. Lo and behold, Oga was around, Madam no day. After some time, she now started running in. She couldn't even pass the middle of the church again. She had to go and pass the side aisles and then run, just run, with her gown, back. And I was like, wow, that's serious. So we're assuming maybe, it's makeup and all that took time. Yes. But on your big day, the makeup artist, please be trying to come early night. It's possible that makeup artist came late. Yeah. It's possible that makeup artist came late, or they were the ones that delayed her from starting early. One of the two. Yeah, and please try not to wake up late on your wedding day. Don't try.
Yeah.
So
really. So
and then the hair one may not even take as much time. It's the makeup that takes.
It's the makeup.
I think that one takes like 2 hours or thereabouts. So
and they take their time. Have you seen where a bride is being made up?
Yes, no.
Oh my God! You have to wait for, is it the concealer now or something to just set? Oh my God! All this plenty ceremony for makeup
for one day.
For one day.
Like so, yeah. It takes time. So you have to do all those things early, so that it's not on your big day that you are now, running up and down, running helter skelter. And for a man, if a man is late, it's very easy for him to come and run in. But you as a woman, if you are late. Wow. You're not come and you're not be doing
and you have your high heels and
oh my God, it's going to be so stressful. You're trying to control
the sound of your shoe hitting the floor. And also when you talk about career, like your business or your job, and you have
but sometimes for those late days, you may not have been makeup that even stood there. Somebody once shared her wedding experience of how a wedding dress tore on her wedding morning. So imagine them trying to now fix that. It took quite a while for them. But I think she was like, you know what, this wedding dress is bad, right? But let me at least get to the compound of where the wedding is holding. Then you could now come and fix it there. So that I know that I'm already there. I just walk into the church and all of that. And that's what she did. They were able to fix it somehow. And she was able to, go into the church for the blessing.
And also, let's not use traffic as an excuse to be late.
Yeah,
you know where you live. you know,
if it's far from
the
the
traffic
church, then
situation.
you have to plan. Okay, let me leave 1 hour ahead of time or 1.5 hours. If it takes you 30 minutes to get there, normally plan for 1 hour. If it takes you 1 hour to get there, plan for 2 hours, so that no matter what,
you'll be on time.
you be on time and be able
and
to.
then concerning meetings, and let's just imagine you are the one to present this huge deal that
for a contract
that will
and then
turn
you're
your
not
life around,
like,
and you just appear late. Do you know what?
You just think you're not serious.
Well, that's one, you're taken on seriously, and then this client is thinking, is this the person I'm going to leave this deal with? Is this the person I'm signing an agreement with?
Someone that cannot even keep to time.
And then when you're late, it makes you forget vital
information.
Points. Yes.
You may be jittery, anxious, and all of that.
And sweaty. Should we talk about that sweating part? Because even if you're in a room filled with AC, because you know you're late, you're anxious, that internal sweat just starts coming out. So no matter what you do, try to be early. In as much as I'm not a shiny example of promptness, it's something that I keep working on to be better, and I think every one of us try to be better with keeping time. It's not just a white man thing, it's not a Western world thing. It will help you in the long run, being on time for appointment, being on time for your own event, and not just keeping people waiting. And then it also shows that you appreciate this other person's time.
Yes, actually, not
wasting
their time.
When they call for a job interview by 9, and these applicants actually show up before 9. Some people get there by 7:30, and it's the organization that is not keeping them. And then they expect you to just keep quiet. Now you they look for work. Like, I hate such a. It's so annoying. I dislike it. It's annoying. If you call for an interview by 9, please, the necessary people should be there before 9 to actually. Because some people actually are job hunting, not like they are completely unemployed, but they want a better opportunity, so they are leaving this other job
to come and attend, and then they may also have other appointments that day. Imagine if somebody has a job interview at 8 a.m, has another one at 12, has another one at 4 p.m. They need time to finish from your place, commute to the next place, and be there on time. But when you now keep them waiting for 3 hours and you're not attending to them, or an interview that was meant to be by 8 a.m, you're not attending to them until like 11:30, when it's not as if there were so many other people that came before them. Maybe they were the first or the second people, and it's going to affect that next place that you're going to go to. And then you shouldn't feel bad that they have another thing to do for that day, because you have not yet employed them, so you do not have control over their time. You should not get angry if they say they have something else that they are doing that day, or that they have planned to do that day, because most times you may be getting job interview requests maybe a day or two before that day, so you may have planned something that you want to do. Or let's say, imagine if you get job request A 5 days before, it is on 1st of January, job request B 1st of January, job request C 1st of January, and then they schedule you, they say, oh, okay, this is, let's just schedule you for this time. You cannot, and most times in Nigeria they don't want to reschedule job, because they feel that you're the one that is looking for a job, what could be more important. But you'd be like, okay, I also have another job interview at that same time, I can't do both. And so you also have to, employers to also have to consider the person that is coming for the job interview. Your fellow other company has already called the person for interview. Why must you now insist, when you're not the first person calling them, or you're the second person calling them? Why must you now insist that this thing can be rescheduled to another time or even another day? It's just like this kind of, you are helpless. So if you cannot come, that's it now.
Somehow I would say COVID-19 is a blessing and a curse, in the sense that concerning interviews and having meetings online, we never knew it could be possible, but now companies are doing that. So if you are a job seeker, by any means necessary, or by all means necessary, you can also, if you have like 3 interviews the same day, don't dull yourself. If you can communicate to the HR and they can actually schedule you for an online interview, please consider that option. I've come to understand that in as much as you're a job seeker, you also have your rights. You can actually open your mouth and make requests.
Last they will say no. that's the worst that will happen.
So make requests. I've actually seen a friend who she was at her workplace and she told them, I can't come because I'm still here, but we can do online interview. And they were like, oh, that's very good, it will save us time. And she did the online interview and today she's working there. So as a job seeker, an applicant, please open your mouth, make requests. Yeah.
The worst that will happen is that they will say, no, we cannot grant this request.
Yeah.
And you move on. If they cannot grant it, see, you gotta find job with another place. To be very honest, because if people cannot in any way consider you, then I don't think you even have any business being
that shouldn't
there
even
in the
be
first
a
place.
Workplace
Exactly.
for.
Exactly, because I'm sure you don't want to enter into a toxic workplace even before you have started working. Because to some extent, at least you should be able to consider you. For me, you have to give me at least 24 hours notice for a physical interview, because for someone like me, I have to prepare for the role that you're interviewing me for. I have to even research to be sure that that job interview is real. Because these days, we recently heard of someone who was looking for a job and the process should go rule. Nobody wants to experience that. By God's grace, we will not experience that. Amen. And so it's possible. And then when they invite you for a job interview, don't be in a hurry to go. No matter how long you're searched for a job, do not be in a hurry to go, so that you do not fall into the hands of bad people, of evil people. Research about the company, research about their location, research about reviews about the company, research about the role that they want to interview you for. So many things about the role and all of that.
So we've been talking about keeping to time, consequences of you being late in the past, and of course there are perks to it, like the man who won $60,000 in Ivory Coast for being punctual. So there's rewards attached to being early to meetings and for events, and also there's the downside of it, like you become anxious, you might even enter panic mode because you are late and you haven't prepared yourself. So in any ways, we're trying to encourage you to be early, be prompt, and really respect people's time. When you say let's meet at this time, or when the time has been fixed, even to church, if you're going to church, I've heard it, they say if church service is for 8, you have to be there for 8, because the Holy Spirit and the presence of God is there at that time, and you don't know the miracle that is waiting for you, and you just miss it by being late. So in everything you do, please be early. You can share your opinion about what lateness has cost you and what you think about African time.
This whole timing thing.
The Ghanaian writer said our continent is still underdeveloped because we take a lot of things for granted and we explained it off as African time. Let's tell us about other continents that are moving forward. Is it they're being prompt? Because then when you look at it, let's use Nigerians for example. When they travel outside the country,
you see all the things they do here, they cannot do there.
And that brings the adage, when in Rome, you behave like the
Roman. When you're in Nigeria, you behave like a Nigerian.
So it's been an interesting one.
It's been a really, really interesting topic, and I really, really enjoyed talking today with Crystal. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And then if you have not watched our previous video, the video we did previously on Unpopular Opinions about different aspects of the society, I will link it maybe somewhere on top or somewhere down. I will also probably put the link in the description so that you can watch it as well and do enjoy it as well. And that's basically all we have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Whoa.
The main video was too long to fit into one video, so we decided to split it into 2. We will post the second half soon. Also, please do not forget to like this video. Comment down below what you enjoyed the most about this video, what you like the most, or what you can relate to the most. Share this video with your friends, your family members, your colleagues, your church members, and everybody else you know. And please do not forget to hit the red subscribe button and the bell beside the button so that you can be notified of my next video. And I shall definitely see you in my next video. Till then, cheers!